Hey there, welcome back to another Star Trek video. Today we're going to be doing 3 of the Eaglemoss XL ships. And we'll be doing the Star Trek Beyond USS Enterprise refit first. And let's get into it. Okay guys, so we got the Star Trek Beyond USS Enterprise NCC 1701 refit. As seen in the movie, but only in the first quarter of the film before it got destroyed. It's a very nice box. Bought this a few years ago. Can't remember what year. I think it was about 2018, I think, when I bought this. Yeah. And it came with the magazine. Now, I don't have the magazine with me right now. Now, we're just going to open up the box. So let's have a look at the Enterprise inside. Now, all these XL ships, they all come with these foams, these foam protection covers, and an internal foam as well. I'll just put it over there. And there it is. There is the Enterprise. Okay, let's just take the stand out. Okay, put it to one side here. I'm going to take the ship out. Okay. Let's put the foam away. Let's put the box to one side. Okay, now let's take a closer look at the Enterprise. It's a lovely model. Now, in the last video, I said I was going to do 2 Enterprise reviews, but today we're going to be doing an extra one. Now, this is the 2009 Enterprise. Now, this was from 2014, and I'll be doing a comparison with this one so we can see the details side by side on what's changed and what's so different. Now, this model, there are some details that are missing, so it's not 100% accurate. But other than that, everything else looks all right. So let's just start off with the saucer section. As you can see here, got your USS Enterprise, NCC 1701. A lot of nice Aztec pattern on the hull. Some light gray painted detail there. Got a little blue dot right there. There's your bridge module. Got a very thin outline detail right there. Now let me just adjust the angle. There we go. All right. Got some lovely details there. There are 3 phaser banks. Well, on the Enterprise refit in Beyond, there's actually more than 3 phaser banks. I think there's supposed to be 1, 2, and then 3, 4 units, something like that. There's supposed to be at least 2 phasers over here, and then maybe another 2 phasers at the back. I'm not sure, I forgot. But this is the standard 3 phaser configuration, just like on the 2009 and 2013 Enterprise. And there's a line right there. That's very different compared with the 2009 ship. And we'll do a little comparison later on. Now, the side of the saucer, right off the bat, I don't see, there's not much windows on this one. It's very faint. You're not sure you can see there. There's a little window right there. Now, this is not accurate at all. There's supposed to be more windows even in the middle here. Even in the middle of the saucer, the rim here, is supposed to have a lot of windows. But that's obviously missing. You can see. Now, these are not accurate windows. Yeah, so the windows is wrong. And there's your big impulse engine right at the back there. Yeah, the impulse engine that we saw at the end of Into Darkness when they updated the Enterprise after it got heavily damaged. There's the bottom of the saucer. Okay, we've got a nice painted blue for the lower sensor array. And we've got these 4, well, you got some lights flashing out from these things. I'm not sure what they're called. Now, whatever these things are called, if you know the answer, if you know what they're called, please leave down in the comments below. I would like to know what they are. Got some maybe cargo doors, I think. Got lovely details down here. A lot of nice little details, and still got the same 3 phaser configuration, which is not accurate. Nice Aztec pattern, by the way. It's very nice and crisp. Okay, moving on to the engineering hull, to the neck. Now the neck is, well, it's okay, interesting. It's very different than the 2009 or the 2013 version. It's very thin, because in the movie, you know, Fast and Furious director Justin Lin wanted the Enterprise to be fragile, you know, wanted the ship fragile, that it could break easily in the film, could get destroyed. So they made the producers, the people that designed the ship in the movie, they slimmed down the neck, make it longer. Same goes for the pylons. They made them swept back, which is a very nice touch, but they made them very, very thin so they could break. Yeah, it's a shame though. I really wish that didn't happen in the film, because it's such a very nice design, and it's a shame to see it go to waste. Lots of Aztec pattern from the neck down to the engineering. We've got a light gray line over there. It looks like we can see a little docking port on the neck right there. Got some windows. The windows are not painted in, by the way. The photon torpedo launcher is just dark gray, and the base for it is dark gray as well. Got that nice clear blue deflected dish with a little tint of white, a very light color white painted in the middle there. Got some details right behind the dish as well. Got some grids, grills and all that. NCC 1701, but on my model the 1 is missing. Now when I first got this, I didn't even notice that mistake until quite recently. You know, the 1 is missing off there, so I only got NCC 170. What a shame. Okay. Oh well, never mind. And there's the bottom of the ship. Got some nice detail there as well. Got that yellow circle there, and we've got these grids, just like on the original Enterprise. And we got these 2 there. That's nicely painted. Looks like black. Okay. Starfleet stripe, the insignia, little docking port there as well. Got some windows. Now they're not painted directly inside. As with all the Eaglemoss models, that's the one thing they always do, is not paint the windows correctly, not inside the grid, not, you know, painted properly. It's a little offset. And there's your shuttle bay. Not sure if you can see that. Hang on a minute. So I'm gonna have to, I'm not sure if you can see the shuttle bay. It's trying to pick up, but you can clearly tell there's an NCC. Hang on a second. NCC 1701 is supposed to be an NCC 1701 right there at the rim of the shuttle bay. Shuttle bay is nicely detailed. Got some good molding there. And the pylons is okay. Now the inboard pylon, there's no Aztec details. It's just a clean light gray. But only on the outboard side you see the Aztec details printed on. There's the dark gray line over there. Now the one thing I like about this model is the warp nacelles. The warp nacelles are just nicely detailed. Those Bassart collectors, look at those. Yeah, the Bassart collectors are nicely detailed. I love all the little grid lines. Now that is a very nice touch that Eaglemoss did right there. It's very nice. And the Aztec pattern continues, but they're slightly blocky on the engines. NCC 1701. Okay. Got some blue painted at the bottom right there. And that's a nice touch as well. A little blue painted right at the very end of the engine caps there. little dark gray for the those little nav lights, blinking lights. There's the top. I love that detail right there. That detail is very nice. I'm not sure what that part is called, but that painted detail there is very nice. The dark gray is a very nice touch. Overall, it's a very nice model. Now, I'm gonna put this on the stand and we'll be right back. All right, got it on the stand, and there it is. Such a very nice profile. It's a very nice model, guys. Highly recommended this one, even though there are some slight details missing or inaccurate. But nonetheless, now let's move on to the next one. Now I'm gonna do a comparison. Let's go to the 2009 Enterprise right now. Okay, guys. So here is the 2009 Enterprise from Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams film. Okay. So you can clearly tell the difference between the two. A lot of difference here. So here it is. Very normal, this model. Not much paint applications. Now the color is the same as the Star Trek Beyond refit. As usual, we got USS Enterprise, NCC 1701, 3 phaser banks, some light gray detail there, and the warp nacelles are just huge, ginormous. But the one thing I didn't like about this model is that the clear blue for the Bassard is so dark, and the little light gray detail at the front there that splits down the middle is missing. That's a little detail they didn't add on. But everything else there, you know, you can clearly tell that's painted. There's some Aztecs, but I noticed there's supposed to be a grid, a line that goes around the middle here. That's missing. Now the inboard nacelle is wrong. There's a little detail there. The little grills is missing. The warp grill is missing, and they just put NCC 1701 inside, which is not accurate. Actually, you only get NCC 1701 on the outboard nacelle. Only on the outside, not on the inside. Okay. Now, the windows on the side of the saucer is pretty much, it's the same. It's the same. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Trying to get the lighting here right. The windows are exactly the same as on the Beyond refit. It's like they copy and paste the detail from this model and onto that model. So there's some slight inaccuracies. The RCS thrusters is painted at the bottom of the saucer. RCS thruster is painted in. Yeah, the RCS thruster is painted in at the bottom, but not the top. The top is left out. They left that little paint detail out there. Okay. Aztec patterns are all there. They're slightly subtle. On the bottom of the saucer, the Aztec pattern is a little faint. They're not too heavily painted on like on the top of the saucer. That is one little detail I just noticed. The lower sensor dome is not painted. All the other details are there. Deflected dish is just a clear blue plastic. And the Starfleet marking is right there. Windows, same as on the Beyond refit, they're not painted in. Okay, and you can clearly tell the neck is thicker, slightly shorter. There's your impulse engines. There's the bottom, the belly section of the ship. Got some good details there. Okay. Now let's do a side-by-side comparison. Okay guys, I just adjusted the lighting here a little, so because there was a little shadow casting on the model just now when I was reviewing. So let's do a little comparison here. Now, as you can clearly tell, the saucer width dimension is the same The NCC 1701 is pretty much similar. All the registry is similar. Now the big major difference is the phaser bangs. The phaser bangs on the 2009 version is raised, is a raised mold. It looks raised, you can clearly tell it's popping out. And on the 2016 version, the Star Trek Beyond version, the phasers are recessed. They're recessed into the ship. Yeah, they're recessed in. It's slightly lower, and when you put your fingers on top and feel it, it's actually right inside. Now the bridge dome, bridge module is the same. Not much difference there. There's some slight difference. Okay, the detail, okay, right here on the Beyond version, there's these little bars right there at the front there. There's about 6 bars, 6 rectangular bars at the front of the bridge module, and they're absent on the 2009 ship. Okay, moving towards the back end of the bridge module, the windows, the observation lounge on the back of the on the bridge module is there. They're all painted in. And the light gray is the same. They use the same color. And you can clearly tell there's a very big major difference. You can tell the difference between the two. On the 2009 one, you got very less detail. And on the 2016 version, you've got lots of detail. The impulse engine area is also a very big change. That part right there where I'm pointing is bigger on the 2016 one. It looks more flat and looks more triangular shape. Of course, the biggest major difference is those massive impulse engines. 2016 one is clearly huge, and then the 2009 one is small. Okay, and the biggest difference is also those 2009 you got massive nacelles, and on the 2016 one you got very smaller and thinner nacelles, which is actually a better, I think this one is a lot better than this one. Look at the size difference. That's a big major departure. Even those warp nacelle pylons. Now what do you guys think? I know this design is not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people are, especially the fans, they're opposed to the design. But for me, it is okay. I like all the Enterprises, to be honest with you. They look great. Okay, so let's just put this on the stand. Okay, we got them both on the stand, so now let's move on to the next model. The Star Trek Discovery's USS Enterprise. Okay, so here it is. That's the USS Enterprise NCC 1701 from Star Trek Discovery. And also Strange New Worlds. And this is Captain Pike's ship. Now the box, this is a very big XL size ship. Very big box, got Star Trek logo here. And of course, as usual, just like the regular Eaglemoss ships, the boxes, they all have this Star Trek titles. Okay, the series titles. All right, let's just get right into it. Just open up the box. Okay. And it comes with a magazine. Now the magazines are very small in the recent releases. Okay. Now I won't be going into the magazine, not so much. You know, this is very basic. All building the Enterprise, designing the Enterprise, and so on. Let's just get right into the model. Just put it right over there. Okay. Let's take this foam out. Okay. Here's the Enterprise. Okay. Let's take this stand out. Let's just get it ready. Now the plastic support for the Enterprise on this one is quite big. Solid plastic. Let's just put it in there first. Okay, let's just get it ready. Just put that to one side. There's the Enterprise. And let's just put the box to one side first. This is a very big model. This is a very giant size, XL size ship called extra large. And these are very heavy. There's a lot of die casts built into these models, especially on the very large size models. Okay, we got a lot of die casts in the saucer and in the engineering hall as well. I noticed there's a lot of die casts, even the neck is die cast up to the pylons. Now that's a very nice touch. That's supposed to be die cast. Just imagine if the small regular Enterprises from Eaglemoss had die cast engineering. That's fabulous. That's great. That creates more support and it's sturdy, and it will create less stress on the model in the future, especially when you're putting these on the display stands. So you won't get, you know, the warp nacelles being warped or bent, you know, due to humidity and the heat from the environment. That could cause, you know, because these warp nacelles, even though they're plastic, they could cause, you know, some slight changes to them. Because I noticed some people have problems with their warp nacelles being droopy, or they're just out of alignment. They're just not straight. Now, when I first got this, I bought this. Now, this model, I actually bought this about a couple of years back, and I only had the chance to review it right now. When I first got this model in the mail, the warp nacelle, one side actually popped off. So what I did, I just put a little super glue and glue it back, and I made the nacelles nice and straight and level with the saucer. As you can see right there, it's all nice and level. Now, all right, let's move on to the details of the ship. As you can clearly see, it is a very nice model. There's a lot of Aztec details right there. A lot of paint applications as well. Windows on the bridge module is white. That's the front of the bridge. Not sure if those are supposed to be windows. It looks like a window. Looks like a bridge window. Now, that's not clear. That's not transparent. That is painted. It's not gray. It's like not really sure. It looks like a dark green with a little tint of gray in it. Got a white upper sensor array is white, and that's your turbolift door there. The turbolift shaft, the outside part of it. Okay, got some lovely details right there. Dark gray, like some dark gray paint right there, and we've got a little Excelsior class design fins added on here. Now, this Enterprise was designed by John Eaves, so he added a little Excelsior fins right there. That was just a nice little touch. And the impulse engines are very wide and they're massive on this version. Now, this is a very big change from the original Enterprise. Now, this is supposed to be the updated original Enterprise. It is a very big departure from the original design. I still love the original design, and this design is actually good. Still good, in my opinion. Now, the Aztec detail on the ship is like, I'm not sure. It is like all over the place. It's not fine. It's not refined like on the other models that we see. Now, Star Trek Discovery, we know the Aztec patterns are kind of a mess. It's all over the place. So, okay. It's okay. We've got, all right, this is what I just noticed. Nav lights are painted red and green. And the front of the saucer is white. USS Enterprise, NCC 1701, nicely painted there. And the font is very close, like the original Enterprise. And we've got these 4 squares over here. Now, on the original ship, they're supposed to be white. They're supposed to be white because they're lit up white. And of course, we've got refit design inspired phasers on 3 sides here. Now, I'm not sure why John Eaves went with this option, because if we all know correctly, the original Enterprise don't have phasers on the upper saucer, only at the bottom of the saucer, especially right there, either here or right at the tip of the sensor array dome. Now there's the bottom of the saucer. A lot of nice detail there. Now the windows on the side of the saucer is nicely painted in. There's no mistakes. 3 windows at the front is nicely painted. All the windows are nicely painted in. A lot of little white paint in it. Impulse engine is nicely done. Looks like there's a docking port right there, or a torpedo launcher, I'm not sure. But it's nicely done. Okay. Now moving on to the details of the bottom. Looks like we got photon torpedo launcher right there and 3 phaser banks. We've got more windows, some more windows. Very nice. NCC 1701 registry on either side. One is facing the other way, one is facing up. And looks like landing pads or cargo doors here. This nice gray circular band. Okay. And now moving on to the neck. Now the neck is die cast. Very solid die cast metal. Got some nice white painted windows in there. And the engineering hull is also die cast. Only the upper portion, only this top part all the way to the shuttle bay is die cast. All this upper portion and the nacelle pylons, that's die cast. And that is a very nice touch. That is paint. That is molded on and painted Starfleet insignia. The stripes, that is molded and painted instead of a decal that is just slapped right on it. That's very nice. Also nice windows, painted white. You can see there's plenty of Aztec details as well in the pylons. And we've got this very dark brass color deflector dish. And the tip of the antenna is silver. And we're moving around to the other side. It's the same thing. Okay, there's the bottom, the belly section. This is all plastic. Okay, we got your little circle. That should be yellow. But on this version, the Strange New Worlds Enterprise, Star Trek Discovery, it's not yellow, it's just gray. Okay, there's the fantail. Little white dot right there for the lights. And I'm not sure whether if you can make this out. Let me try to get it close. I'm not sure you can see it. There it is. Yeah, the camera is it's not focusing on. There we go. Right at the edge of the fantail right there. We've got some little red, orange, and green detail right there. That's very nicely done. There's the shuttle bay at the back. Nicely molded in. That's all die cast. That's a die cast shuttle bay. That's not plastic. The door is all die cast. And there's your little landing pad right there for the shuttlecrafts. Okay. Now moving on to the warp nacelles. Now these warp nacelles are also a very nice design. They have a little annex class style to it, especially with these. Now that's annex class to riff, and these grills here, clear orange bassards, and these NCC 1701 with the stripes. That's very nice. Dark gray. Got 3 fins. On this version, you got 3 fins. 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. Now, if it was me, I don't think these bottom fins are really necessary. I think these could have been eliminated. Now, that's the one part of the ship I don't like. I just don't like these, don't really like these fins at the bottom here. That's the only objection I have with this model. But it's okay. It's okay. I understand why it's there. I mean, it's supposed to look like that. You can clearly tell. Okay. Oh, and the inboard nacelle. Sorry, the inboard side. We've got some clear blue plastic detail there. That's very nice. It's got some light custom gray painted lines there, which is good, instead of just all clear blue. Now the back end of the nacelle, the nacelle end caps, they're nicely detailed as well. There. Now that's painted and then with these little dots in it, just like on Captain Pike's Enterprise in the pilot episode, The Cage. All right. Okay. So there you have it, guys. It is a lovely design, a lovely update from the original Enterprise. And of course, let's put this on a stand and let's do side-by-side comparisons with the original Enterprise, this Enterprise, and the J.J. Abrams Enterprise. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Now I've got the original Enterprise, Eaglemoss, refit, and of course I'll be doing a comparison with all these. So you can clearly tell. Okay, let's just take this off the stand. It's very easy, just slides right out. And you can clearly tell, look at the difference between the two. Now this is the original and this is the Strange New Worlds edition. That's a very big departure. We've got refit style inspired nacelle pylons, even though it's got the split in the middle of it. And of course, as you know, on the original ship, we don't have Aztec detail. It is a very nice, clean ship. There are panel lines, but on the Eaglemoss version, it's clean. It's a very big difference, you can clearly see there. But there are subtle, the details are there, even though it is slightly different. Big major departure there, you can clearly see. Well, let's just put the original Enterprise to one side, and there's the refit. And here she is. There's the refit. Now the refit. Now I'd reviewed these Enterprises in my previous video, and you haven't watched them, you can go and check them out. Okay. So there's the Enterprise. They're very close in shape. Refit inspired wings, of course. Okay. All right. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys like this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll be back with more Eaglemoss ships as well. And this time, like I promised in the previous video, I've got two more Enterprises. I've got the Enterprise C concept design, and I've also the future Enterprise D from the All Good Things episode of The Next Generation. And that will be in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like and a very big thumbs up. And we'll see you next time.